Welcome to video number 9A of Physics for class 12. In this session, we will discuss chapter number 9 in part 1. The topic is ray optics. We have divided it into a number of sections like introduction, laws of reflection, plane mirror, reflection at curved surfaces, mirror formula or mirror equation, linear magnification, lateral inversion, and finally we will end this part 1 with worked example. Welcome you all. Introduction. Light. Light is a form of energy which produces the sensation of sight on our eyes. Sources of light are three types: thermal sources, gas discharge sources, and luminescent sources. Photometry deals with measurement of light energy. Characteristics of light. Light rays are electromagnetic waves whose nature is transverse. The speed of light in vacuum is given by is 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meters per second. Speed of light is different in different media. The speed and wavelength of light changes when it travels from one media to another media, but its frequency remains unchanged. Beam of light. A bundle of adjacent light rays is called a beam of light. There are three types of beams. One is parallel beam, wherein the light rays travel in parallel to one another. Here the light rays are parallel to one another. Divergent beam. Divergent beam means from one point the arrows of light, rays of light diverge or bulge out. And convergent beam. Convergent beam means all the light rays are focused to a single point. Luminous objects. The object which emits its own light are called luminous objects. Example: sun. Sun emits rays of light. Sun is a source of light. Hence, it is called luminous objects. Other stars, an oil lamp, etc. Non-luminous objects. The objects which do not emit its own light but become visible due to reflection of light falling on them are called non-luminous objects. Example: moon, table, chair, trees, etc. Important terms to remember. Real image. The image obtained by real meeting of light rays is called real image. Virtual image. Virtual image means the image which is obtained when the light rays are not really meeting but appear to meet only is called a virtual image. That means when a virtual image is formed or imagined, the rays do not meet, but they appear to be meeting in one point. That is called virtual image. Section 9.2 Laws of reflection. Reflection of light. When a light wave strikes a smooth interface separating two transparent materials such as air and glass or water and glass, they are generally reflected and partly refracted into the second medium. Reflection of light occurs when the light rays fall on the polished surface and comes back in the same medium. Polished surface is called a mirror. Laws of reflection. There are two laws of reflection. The angle of incident I is always equal to the angle of reflection R. That is, angle I is equal to angle R. The incident ray, the reflected ray, and the normal drawn at the point of incidence, all the three lie in the same plane. Types of reflection. Regular reflection, when both incident and reflected beams are parallel in nature, then it is a regular reflection. Irregular or diffused reflection, incident beam is parallel in nature, but reflected beam is non-parallel, then it is an irregular or diffused beam. Please see the figure here. This is incident ray and it gets reflected by an angle here. The normal drawn to this point is n here. So, this is I, incident ray I, this is reflected ray R, and this is n, normal to the plane of the surface. So, the law of reflection says the angle of incidence, this is the, say here it is shown as theta, you can call it also as an, some books write it as angle I. Angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. This is the angle of reflection. This theta, though theta is same here, I is equal to R is the first law. So, the second law says the incident ray, the reflected ray and the normal drawn at the point of incidence, this is the point of incidence, are all the three lie in the same plane. And this is a mirror, the blue colored is a mirror. Then we have, while solving numerical problems and deriving relationship between various parameters in the optics, we have some standard sign convention. Here the diagram is shown. All the distances are measured from pole. See, this is a pole. All the distances are measured from pole. Distances measured along the direction of incident ray is taken as positive. That means, if the incident ray is traveling here towards that pole, this is a positive direction and opposite is negative. Suppose a ray travels from here to there, this is positive and this is negative, and in the opposite direction is taken as negative. Height of object or image measured in upward direction is taken as positive. Upward direction is positive. The height, if you are taking object height or image height, as the case may be, vertically it is positive. Up. And in the downward direction, see, this is the downward direction, it is taken as negative. So, you have to remember the sign conventions for the derivation of formulae, mirror formulae, magnifications and etc. So, I will repeat once again. All the distances are measured from the pole and distance measured along the direction of the incident ray is taken as positive and in the opposite direction negative. Similarly, height of the object vertically up is taken as positive and vertically down is taken as negative, and here also it is positive because the direction of incident ray, this is same as the direction of incident ray. Please remember this. Plane mirror. A smooth and highly polished reflecting surface is called a mirror. A highly polished plane surface is called a plane mirror. Properties of image formed by a plane mirror. Size of the image is equal to size of object, first property. Magnification is equal to unit. So, magnification of a plane mirror is unit. Distance of image is equal to distance of object. A plane mirror may form a virtual as well as real image. A man may see his full image in a mirror of half the height of the mirror. When two plane mirrors are held at an angle theta, the number of image on the object placed between them are calculated as below. So, n is equal to the number of image, n is the number of image is equal to 360 by theta minus 1, where 360 by 360 degrees by theta is an integer and n is the equals integral part of 360 by theta when it is not an integer. If keeping an object fixed, a plane mirror is rotated in its plane by an angle theta, then the reflected ray rotates in the same direction by an angle 2 theta. That means, if you rotate a mirror by an angle theta, the reflected ray rotates in the same direction by an angle 2 theta. Focal length as well as the radius of curvature of a plane mirror is infinity. The plane mirror, the radius of curvature of a mirror, focal length and radius of curvature are all infinity. Power of a plane mirror is 0. An image formed by a plane mirror is virtual. That virtual, erect, laterally inverted, of the same size as that of an object and the same distance as the object from the mirror. That is, an image formed by a plane mirror is virtual. That is, it is laterally inverted of the same size as that of an object and at the same distance as the object of the mirror. These are the reflection at curved surfaces. Spherical mirror, a highly polished curved surface whose reflecting surface is a cut part of a hollow glass sphere is called a spherical mirror. Spherical mirror are of two types. Concave mirror, that is a spherical mirror having a bent surface from where reflection takes place is called concave mirror. Please see here, this is a concave mirror and it is a highly polished surface, curved surface. This is a curved surface whose reflecting surface is cut. This is the cut from a hollow glass sphere. This concave mirror is cut from a hollow surface of a sphere. Spherical mirror, this is a concave type of mirror. So, example 1, example A, spherical mirror is having bent surface from where reflection takes place. This is the bent surface. See, incident ray falls and reflected and it meets at a point F. This is a concave mirror. Concave, it is a concave mirror. Convex mirror. The figure of convex mirror is shown in here in the B, in the diagram B. A spherical mirror having bulging out, you see this is the bulging out and this is polished inside and reflection surface is outside. Surface from where reflection takes place is called a convex mirror. This is a convex mirror. Terms related to spherical mirrors. There are some standard terms, let us describe them. Center of curvature. It is the center of sphere of which the mirror or lens is a part. See, this is the center. See, there is one sphere around here. This is the center. For concave mirror, C is the center of the curvature. This is the center of the curvature from where the mirror or lens is a part. Similarly, for a convex mirror, center of curvature is C here. Radius of curvature. Radius of curvature of the hollow sphere. Radius of curvature of the hollow sphere of which the mirror is a part is called radius of curvature. R is equal to Cp. See, Cp is called the radius of curvature. Similarly, this is for concave mirror and this is for a convex mirror. Cp is the radius of curvature. R is equal to Cp. Pole. The central point of spherical mirror is its pole. See, this is a spherical mirror. Here, this central part of the curve is pole. This is for concave mirror and here pole for a convex mirror. Focus. When a parallel beam of light ray when a parallel beam of light rays is incident on a spherical mirror, this is a parallel beam incident mirror, then after reflection it meets or appears to meet at a point on a principal axis, which is called focus. Focus is a very important point for the studies of rays of light. So, focus in case of a concave mirror, the figure here, please see, all the parallel beams are incident on the mirror here and it get reflected and they meet at a point F. You see here, this is a ray, it gets reflected and meets at point F on the radius of curvature. This is called principal axis. So, they meet on the principal axis. So, this parallel ray meets here, this parallel ray meets here. So, all the points meet at point F. Similarly, in convex mirror they actually do not meet, but they are reflected at the surface of the mirror itself, but they are projected backwards. That means, a parallel ray of light comes, falls here and it gets reflected. So, in order to calculate focus, we have to project it backwards on the principal axis. PC is the principal axis, we have to project this ray backwards. Similarly, this is the ray here falling on convex surface, it gets reflected, but it is projected. So, this projection is shown in dotted lines. So, these are imaginary, this is imaginary and they are supposed to meet at the focal point here on the principal axis, which itself is projected backwards, because here the lights do not meet, but they get reflected in divergent. They converge here, but diverge here. So, it has to be projected backwards. Hence, I will read focus once again. When a parallel beam of light rays is incident on a spherical mirror, then after reflection it meets here or appears to meet here. It appears to meet at a point on principal axis. This is the principal axis, which is called focus. Focal length. The distance between pole P and focus F is called the focal length of the mirror and denoted by letter small f. So, the distance Fp is called the focal length. Here also Fp is called focal length and the distance is represented by a symbol small length. Similarly, this is for a plane. This is for a plane. This diagram is for a plane and now we will show that the focal length is equal to half of the radius. We have seen PC is equal to radius and PF is focal length. Hence, we have to say the focal length is equal to half of the radius of curvature. We have to prove that. To show focal length F is equal to R by 2, where R is the radius of curvature, let us see the geometry of the concave and convex mirrors. Let us take a concave mirror here in A. A ray of light is incident here and gets reflected and meets on F. So, this arrow mark is for a incident ray and reflected ray and it meets at a point F and it is reflected from the point M. C is the center of curvature. DM is perpendicular at M. DM is perpendicular at M. DM is perpendicular at M principal axis, then angle M C P is equal to theta and M f p is equal to 2 theta, because here you see these are parallel and this is theta plus theta, this becomes 2 theta. Tan theta is approximately is equal to md by cd. md by cd, that is approximately, this we are considering as a plane, and that is equal to approximately equal to theta. Tan theta is equal to md by cd, that is tan theta is for a large angle, it is approximately is equal to theta, and tan 2 theta, this is tan 2 theta is equal to md by fd, that is equal to 2 theta for smaller values of theta. Therefore, md by fd is equal to 2 times theta. Theta is equal to md by cd. Here we substitute this straight away, or fd is equal to md gets cancelled, fd is equal to cd by 2. This rearranging we get fd is equal to fd, retain, we take it to the right hand side numerator, that is equal to, this also goes to the numerator, cd goes, and 2, the number 2 comes down. Therefore, fd is equal to cd by 2. Again, for smaller values of theta, fd is approximately is equal to f. So smaller values of theta, fd is approximately equal to f, fd is equal to f, and cd is equal to r. Therefore, in this equation, substituting fd is equal to f, small f, and cd is equal to capital R by 2. Hence, we have proved that focal length is equal to half of radius, where r is the radius. Power of a mirror P, power of a mirror P equals 1 over f meter. It is by W. In this section, that is discuss about mirror formula, or sometimes it is also called mirror equation. First slide, first part, we will define mirror formula and magnification, and in the second section we will derive the equation for mirror formula, and in the third section we will derive equation of magnification. Please see the diagram here. In the diagram, a concave mirror is shown. That concave mirror is MPN, and on its BP is the principal axis of the mirror. AB is the object, and F is the focal point, C is the center of curvature, as we have defined earlier. A ray of light passes from A and falls on M and gets reflected and crosses point F. Similarly, another ray of light starts from A and gets reflected from point P and meets at the point A dash. So, another third ray, A passes through center of curvature and gets reflected at point N. So, all the three reflected rays meet at A dash, that is one ray passing through F, second ray directly reflected from P, and third one crossing the point N. All the three meet at point A dash. So, A dash B dash is the image of AB as shown in the figure. We have to also define the distances, where U is the object distance, V is the image distance as shown in the diagram. So, U is nothing but BP is equal to U and FP is equal to F, small f, and B dash P is V. This is the description of the diagram for deriving mirror formula. So, mirror formula is given by the equation 1 over f is equal to 1 over v plus 1 over u, where f is the focal length, u is the object distance and v is the image distance. And x1 and x2 are distances of object and image measured from f, that is focus. Linear magnification. The linear magnification is defined as the ratio of height of the image to the height of object, and it is called linear magnification m. Therefore, m is given by m is equal to I by O, that is height of image over height of object, and we have to prove that I by O is equal to minus V by U, that is image distance by object distance, that is this is height and this is horizontal distance. Aerial magnification is also defined as m square is equal to area of the image divided by area of the object, that is V square by U square. And we have also Newton's formula for a concave mirror, and it is given by the equation f is equal to under root x1 x2, or squaring both sides we get f square is equal to x1 x2. Derivation of mirror equation. Consider triangle A dash B dash F, this small triangle, and triangle MPF. For approximately we are considering MP as a straight line. MP, these two triangles we are comparing. Here B dash A dash divided by PM is equal to B dash F by FP, because both the triangles are similar. Therefore, B dash A dash divided by BA, that is MP, PM is equal to AB, this PM is considered as equal to AB, B dash A dash by BA is equal to B dash F by FP, because PM is equal to AB. Let it be equation 1. Therefore, triangle APB and triangle A dash B dash P, that is A dash B dash P, this triangle are also similar because they are standing at the same base and same angles. Therefore, B dash A dash by BA is equal to B dash P by BP. Therefore, the equation B dash F by FP, B dash F by FP can be written as B dash F is B dash P minus FP, B dash P minus FP divided by FP as it is, that is equal to B dash P, this is this equation, B dash P is here, B dash P by BP. Therefore, we can write B dash P, substituting the values of B dash P as V minus V, because distances are measured on the ray. See, ray is traveling from left to right and distances are measured from right to left. So, all these things will be negative. B dash P will be minus V, because we are measuring distance from pole to here, minus V, and FP is equal to minus F and BP is equal to minus U, all in the cases of concave mirror. Substituting these values in this equation, we get minus V plus F, minus V, minus into minus is plus F divided by minus F is equal to minus V divided by minus U. Simplifying, we get V minus F divided by F is equal to U by V, or we will get V by F is equal to 1 plus V by U. Hence, that can again dividing the entire equation by V, we get 1 over F is equal to 1 over U plus 1 over V. This is the mirror formula. Let it be equation 9.5a. Linear magnification is given by image distance by object distance, that is h dash. This is a dash, b dash is h dash divided by h, height of the object, image height divided by object height, that is equal to b dash a dash b dash a dash divided by b a, that is equal to b dash p over b p, that is equal to minus of h dash divided by h, because you see here b dash a dash is minus, because we are measuring it from top to bottom, that is going downwards is negative, and going upwards is positive. Therefore, h is positive, that is equal to minus v by minus u. Therefore, magnification is given by h dash by h, that is equal to minus of v by u. Minus minus get cancelled, it becomes v by u, but because of this minus h, it becomes minus v by u. This is the linear magnification. Both mirror formula and linear magnification are very important for solving equations in ray optics, optical rays. Please remember it, and we have given it very clearly here. The first slide here, the first part defines the formulae and magnification definitions. This is derivation of mirror equation or mirror formula, and this is the linear derivation for linear magnification. Please practice it and draw this diagram repeatedly, so that you will understand the positive directions, positive when it travels from object to the mirror, and when it is we are traveling from left to right positive and right to left negative. So, these substitutions of minus v, minus f and minus u are very important. Please practice it. Lateral inversion. The image formed by a plane mirror, the right side of the object appears as the left side and vice versa, is called lateral inversion. This phenomena we have observed many times, that is the left side appears to be a right side appears to be a left side and vice versa. When object is placed between pole and focus of a concave mirror, then it is virtual, erect and magnified image is formed. See, this is an object placed between pole and focus. This is the first mirror. Then its image is formed virtual. And see, at the time the reflected rays are projected backwards, and then it is a virtual erect. See, the point A meets here and the point B meets here. Therefore, it is a virtual image erect, because this is upwards and this is also upwards and magnified. You see, the height of image is more than the height of object is formed. When object is placed between pole and focus of a concave mirror, then it is virtual, erect and magnified. A convex mirror forms a virtual erect. See, this is the convex mirror, and here also the ray of light falls and gets reflected. When it is projected backwards, it meets here, and image formed is this one. So, a convex mirror forms a virtual, erect and diminished. See, height of image is smaller than the height of object. This is a convex mirror. Please remember, erect, diminished for all conditions of object. So, when we place an object between pole and focus of a mirror, concave mirror, it increases the height, and both cases is a virtual image, and magnified is formed in a concave, and in a diminished village in a convex. The focal length of a concave mirror is taken as negative. See, this is negative. So, light is going from left to right, hence this is negative. And for a convex mirror, it is taken as a positive. See, because focus is on focal point is on the right side. Light is traveling from left to right. Here also focal is from left to right. So, it is positive. F is taken as positive for convex and negative for concave. Please remember this. What examples? A small candle 2.5 centimeter in size is placed at 20 centimeters in front of a concave mirror of radius of curvature 36 centimeter. At what distance from mirror the screen should be placed in order to obtain a sharp image? If the candle is moved closer to the mirror, how would the screen has to be moved? So, please read the example once again. A small candle 2.5 centimeter in size is placed at a distance 27 centimeter in front of a concave mirror. Note here, concave mirror of radius R is 36 centimeter, okay. H is 2.5 centimeter and U is 20 centimeter. At what distance from the mirror the screen should be placed in order to obtain a sharp image? If the candle is moved closer to the mirror, how would the screen has to be moved? Given U is equal to minus 27 because it is a concave, and R is equal to minus 36, and F is equal to R by 2, that is F is given by we had derived this formula, F is equal to R by 2, that is equal to minus 36 by 2, that is equal to minus 18 centimeters. Then V is equal to, that is image distance we have to find out. We know the formula 1 over F is equal to 1 over V plus 1 over U, or 1 over V is equal to, retaining V, we are rearranging this, 1 over F minus 1 over U, that is equal to minus 1 over 18 minus of 1 over minus 27. 1 over 27 minus we are taken outside, that is equal to minus 1 by 54. Therefore, comparing this and this, V is equal to 54. V is equal to minus 54. The negative sign indicates that image is formed in front of the mirror. Thus, the screen should be located at a distance of 54 centimeters from the mirror. Then magnification. Now, magnification also we have to find. Therefore, I by O, we know magnification is given by equation I by O is equal to minus of V by U, that is equal to 1 by I by 2.5 is equal to minus of minus 54 by minus 27. We have found here V is equal to minus 4 and minus 27, it is given, and O is 2.5 centimeter height of the object. Hence, we have to find the image height. So, solving this equation, we get I is equal to minus 5. Hence, the size of image is real and inverted because minus 5. When the candle is moved closer to the mirror, the screen has to be moved farther and farther. When the candle closer than 18 centimeters, the image is virtual and cannot be captured on the screen. Example 2. A 4.5 centimeter needle is 12 centimeters away from convex mirror of focal length 15 centimeter. Give the location of image and magnification. Describe what happens when the needle is moved farther from the mirror. Solution: O is equal to 4.5, that is the object height of the object is 4.5, u is the distance of the object is minus 12.5 centimeter, and f is equal to object distance, f is equal to plus. Please note here f is equal to plus because it is a convex mirror and f is on the other side of the mirror, back of the convex mirror. F is equal to plus 15 centimeters. We have to find out, and magnification also we have to find out. So, 1 by V is equal to 1 by F minus 1 by U, this formula, that is rearrangement of this mirror formula, and this we have substituted all the values. Therefore, from this equation we find out V, value of V is 6.7 centimeters. So, image is 6.7 centimeters at the back of the mirror. Magnification is given by I over U, that is given by the formula minus V by U. Therefore, M is equal to I over 4.5 is the object height, that is equal to minus 6.7 divided by U is minus 12. Therefore, I is equal to 4.5 into 6.7 divided by 12, that is equal to 2.5 centimeter. You see, in a convex mirror, the height of the needle is reduced from 4.5 centimeter to 2.5 centimeter. This is the image is diminished. As the needle is moved away from the mirror, image moves away with the decrease in the size. So, with these two examples, we have just clarified about the distances, the focal length, the object distance, the image distance, the height of object and height of the image, and the sign conventions. We will work out more examples after completion of this chapter. So, thank you, and then we will take the part 2 of this chapter number 9 in the next session. Thank you.